Hey, this is Frugal Panda here with the Jackery Power Outdoors 240 watt hour storage battery. This is a cool little battery right here. As you can see on the front of it, you have two USBs, one input. That's for your charging cable. So you have a charging cable right here. This one plugs into the wall. As you can see, the end, let's show you the end of it real quick in case you may be able to find it somewhere else if I can get a good shot of it. There you go. I've seen this before on other things too. So one power cable, power charger, excuse me. One for your car right here. All these plug into the front of it right here in the input where it says input. Now, what's cool about this one is you can actually use a solar panel. It has one that is made by the company that you can get that's cost $200 or $300, I believe. It's a fold up. It is not a permanent outdoor one, or you can use your own and make your own. There's plenty of videos on here how to make your, how to use a regular 100 watt or 60 watt solar panel that you order online and save a lot of money for like 50, 60 bucks, sometimes 100 bucks maybe. Easy to turn on, display right there, comes on, you see it's 100% charged, 0 watts are being used right now. To use either one of these, your USB or your AC, so you can plug anything regular into here, up to 240 watts. You can push the button, that means this one is activated, so now when you plug something in and you turn it on, this one will work right here. Now over here, that's for your USB, same thing, you push the button on that, and then these are now active and have power. And then you have right here a 12 volt. So a 12 volt would be like a cigarette lighter. You just plug, just an example, a cigarette lighter will go right in here. Whatever you had that used that, it could be like a rechargeable flashlight, a battery charger you usually have plugged in your car, whatever you use that has that type of end on it. Heft on it, it's I wouldn't say it's heavy. It's got good weight to it. Obviously it's a battery. They're not very big. See my hand? This is the 240, so it's not giant. Feels sturdy. It does. It really feels pretty sturdy. This one is brand new back. Nothing impressive about the back. I really like this. And in the next part of it, I'm going to show a couple things plugged into it so you know how it works. Also, it comes with, I showed you the different type of ways to charge it through your car or van or whatever, and a regular plug-in. It also comes with a carrying case that you can use with this too. And the carrying case is for all your cables, so you put all your cables in there. At first I was like, I thought it went in there, and I was like, I can't possibly go in there. And of course, it comes with an instruction manual for the Jackery Explorer 240. So we got that. So we're going to show it now plugged into a couple of things to show you what it can do. So what we have here is we have just a regular old lamp, an extra lamp I have downstairs. What you'd simply do if your power went out in your house is you would find a lamp. I'd find a low wattage one. Before I plug this in though, one thing I will tell you is like I would make sure I had me a couple LED bulbs, just because they take less energy and put out pretty good light. This is just energy saver, but it's nothing like an LED. You'd simply take it, plug it in, right? Let's do it right. You push the button, you see the green light come on right there. It tells you that power is going to the plug-in. Plug it in, and then turn it on. Voila, just like that. And it will tell you on the front of it, this is using 18 watts of power. Now, and that's the reason or 15, it looks like it's fluctuating a little bit, 15, 12, it might take it a minute to get to where it needs to be. Now, with that being said, like I said, use the LED, get you some LED bulbs to keep in your house or keep put up in case you had a power outage you can use in your regular lamps if you don't use them already, because it'll knock down how many watts it's using by quite a bit. So let's turn this off, unplug it. Looks like it was doing between 12 and 15 watts for that. So we know it'll power a lot of things. That's nothing for it. It can do up to a max of 240 watts. So we already know that. This is a little heater. That's all this is. A little like an office heater. Plug that in real quick for you. Turn it on. Oh. And it's working. Now here's the thing with heaters, and this is what you gotta be careful of. This one right here it is started up, but the problem with one of these is power usage is 250 watts. So with 250 watts, this is, what is it, 240 watts? It may turn it on in the beginning, but once it warms up, it's too much for it. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. So heaters like this, not going to do much, and that's a tiny one. So imagine this is just a little bitty one. So imagine you had just a regular sized heater that you maybe have in your house if you got a room that's like cold or whatever. It's definitely not going to power it. So that's a no-go on these. So that's a heads up on that. Can't power it. And you can look a lot of times on the bottom of whatever you're trying to power, and it'll tell you what the max voltage is and what the minimum voltage is. And the minimum on this is 250 watts. And you notice it's 240 watts, and the max voltage is 270 watts. So this is a no-go for using with something like this. Now, a CPAP, anything like that, as long as it's under 240 watts, it will power it. And people that are on that, that's life-saving for them because, well, they need that when the power goes out. So do a light, it will charge all your phones, it will do your anything under 240 basically. See if we got anything else that we can see if it can power it. So in an event of like a power outages or something, depending on where you live and etc. like that, you may need a fan. Here's a fan, a little rechargeable fan, portable fan. When you plug it in, the cool thing about this one is it'll charge it, and it'll keep it charged while it's on a charger or plugged into the wall, and also it will utilize electricity from this to keep the fan going. We have a regular clip fan, seen these 1,000 times, plug-in fan basically, and we have a little humidifier, a little tiny one. Can it power it all? We all know it can. It's 240 watts. None of these are that much, but let's see. Hypothetically, and it's for van dwellers. This one's great. This Jackery would be great for people that live in vans. So what we do is turn it on again. Display's on. Let's go ahead and plug all the USBs in first before we even turn it on. We have another one. First, then push the button. Let's turn it on. Uh-oh, see that? Humidifier's working. Let's turn the fan on. It's charging. You can see it's charging. So while it's charging on this, this is actually generating electricity for this to run and not utilizing the battery. Let's turn that on. Turn it all the way on high. High. You can see it's moving. Now, comfort zone. Plug this in. There, turn that on. And right now, before I turn that on, it's using only 7 watts right there. Let's turn this one on. Remember, is that high? That's low. Let's turn it on high. So it's all the way on high, so that's rolling. All that together, and this is tiny stuff. This is stuff you probably need to have in case of power outages in your house. Just little things. If you live in someplace where it's hot, so you need to get some air flowing through your house. All this together is only using, looks like 18 watts at max, 12 to about 18 watts. It fluctuates in between. So this Jackery will power this stuff for a long time. If you don't use this, which is highly inefficient to plug in, you turn that off, and you unplug in, and you just use these little fans, which this pulls out really good air. Blows out really good air. That's, you're dropped down to 7 watts. You got a humidifier, and you got a fan, 6 to 7 watts. Van dwellers, this Jackery would be great if you're starting out and you don't have a big budget to drop $1,000 to start powering your little electrical stuff in your van, especially if you have the solar panel, or you buy an aftermarket from someone else that's a lot cheaper and just learn about the wiring, which is only like 2 wires. It can power your fans, it can charge your laptop, you can use it with your laptop without using your juice, your Bluetooth speaker, things of that nature. You need a little humidifier in there. If you live in a van, I don't know why you need a humidifier though, because if you don't have it properly insulated and everything and using dry heat, you probably got enough humidity in the air at night. But this thing is great. I love it. I'm going to be doing a van build in the next 6 months. I'm looking at a Ford Transit, and that's why I wanted to I wanted to get started with this. I'm not going to pretend like I'm great at using creating electricity, like doing the cables and all that. So I wanted something to start out with that was simple, to help power the van and all that good stuff, and this portable that I could yank out and sit out on the picnic table and use to charge my laptop and everything while I do some work. This is the Jackery 240. I hope this helps you out in understanding it a little bit better. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. Thank you.